guys are pieces of shit. I'm gonna sue you dumb bitches for millions now.
What's your name, badge number?
Yeah,
I don't like your f***ing attitude already.
It's okay.
Each one of these jackboot thugs sitting here now is literally a Nazi.
Listen to me real fucking carefully.
Sir. I ain't Willy Wonka. I don't sugarcoat shit, sweetheart.
You is not gonna put your hands on me, bro. I swear to God, you is not, dude. You is not. I'm not going across the street, you coward.
This is definitely a public area. You done violated my First Amendment rights. You done violated me.
Look it up. No, look, I walk this way. No, I walk this way then.
Say it to my face. I bet you won't. Where the hell's Ming Lin? No! He's very horny.
I actually don't have to answer any goddamn questions because I have a Fifth Amendment right.
Now that tells me he wants to shoot me. That tells me he wants to riddle my body with bullets.
You're gonna piss me off, buddy boy, you're gonna learn.
Trash cop, pig, checking out the public space. Ooh, you guys got Hershey Kisses. Awesome.
She's kidnapped me now. That's kidnapping.
Touch me again. Touch me again. You're calling the fucking cops? Yeah, fuck off, asshole.
What are you gonna do? Close the door. I don't care. I don't care. Go with me. Go with me. I don't like you.
Buddy what? I ain't your buddy. Your buddy's in your fucking... Your buddy's in your pants. I ain't your buddy.
I'm not gonna slow anything. You don't tell me what to do, sir. This is my freedom of speech. You don't like it? Get to work.
Get your face out of my face.
No, get your hand out of my face.
You came up to me.
Your hands are in his face, sir.
Tell your boy, he puts his hands on me again illegally, I'm gonna fuck him up.
I'm here doing my job, working 12-hour shifts every day.
Yep, I'm doing my job.
Yep.
You're dark.
Basically,
Shut your mouth and go back to work.
What's your name?
What's your name?
It's my right. I make the quadruple as you. Have a nice day. You're rude. You look miserable in life.
I'm not detained. I'm not a suspect. If you touch me, we're gonna have problems. You're right. I'm allowed to defend myself.
You're a fucking lesbian. I'm gonna put my dick in you.
I'm suing everybody.
All right. Will, you there with me?
good evening.
Oh, good Friday. How was your week, buddy?
Good. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, other than the snowstorm slowing things down a bit, yeah, not bad. How about you?
Yeah. It was pretty good. It's pretty good. Work from home, so didn't
nice.
care.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. I missed that so much. I miss working from home.
That's the best. That's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
And honestly, it doesn't change nothing on my productivity or anything. So I'm just saying, it worked. Let's keep it.
It works.
Yeah, like I don't know why they want to cut that and like bring back everybody on the freaking road so we can go back to an office for the same freaking job. It drives me nuts. But anyway,
I mean, actually, it saves money. I mean, you're not leasing an expensive. Well, I don't know if they have a big studio or what, but you're not leasing a big venue. You know, people's equipment. You know, they have their.
The problem with that is because if they bring back people to the office, they get like tax credit and stuff like that from the government as an an incentive. You know what I mean? So it's not because like it changed anything. It's because they want those tax credits.
Right.
So,
there's that, and I
pretty much
also think like when there was the pandemic, everyone was working from home. Major cities. Part of the revenue in some center city areas is the food market in center city. If everyone working downtown, got to eat.
Yeah,
so there are so many restaurants that were closing because that lunchtime revenue they weren't getting. So
yeah, it's more than that. It's the downtown area has to be alive, have to be like very, very, lively. So to bring back the employee, the restaurant, but it's everything else that start to work more, So
agreed.
First they were like, please work from home. You're so cool. You're doing it. Thank God. And then after a while, we're like, can you come back, please? Anyway, so I managed to negotiate enough so I can work from home a lot.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm very happy with that. All right. So nice. Good Friday, everybody. If you can click the like, it's the only moment I'm going to ask you to do that. But if you can't, that will help to spread the good news. Tonight we have a fun, what would you say, fun topic?
Oh, absolutely fun. Something I think all of us scream at when we're watching our videos. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that once again, a lot of people are going to tell us that we forgot a bunch of them, but that's just because we pick up 5. We're aware. Tonight we talk about the biggest lies from frauditors. We're aware that, there's so many. And because you have to lie to fraud it, obviously. So, but we come up with 5 that I think are very, classic.
Common. Yep.
Yeah, the classic lies from the Frauditor. Let me pop that in the screen. There you go. So yeah, top 5 of the biggest lies from Frauditor. Is there something we didn't put in the list that you want to give already? Some kind of, you know what I mean? Like you want to mention it before we dive in, or we're good and we just.
And I'll just say for those watching, for all of you watching at home or at work or wherever you guys are, if you have an idea, one that we missed, do me a favor, go to live stream, make $100 super chat and put it in there, and then we'll read it off to everyone. Thanks.
Well, make sure to read it. That's my guarantee. Yeah, not guarantee we're gonna read them. You're not gonna just people. You can trust us. Let me just say hi to some people that I notice are there. Greg, Donna, some solid follower on my side. Of course, David Pearson, Frauditor Terminator. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being there.
Those people are on my side, my friend. They're on my side.
Yeah, no, but some are like Donna's on my side, and I didn't know. I don't always notice the little thingy on the top of the picture that tell me which side it is. Yeah, so sometimes I just like, and I want to say that because Mr. Thomas is on my side, so that's one. But 2, I don't care which side they are, as long as they listen to this fantastic show.
Exactly.
And hear the good news. Nothing else matter here. Let's go with number 5. Let's dive in. Let's go like poof, right back, right in the topic. That's number 1. Wait a minute. Let me check that for a second.
Yeah. While we're doing that, while you're doing, I'll just say a quick hello. Yeah, a few people, the same people you mentioned are on my side too. Cyberrex here, David. Good to see you, Bo. Society Red. All good people. I talked about it recently. It's when you grow and you have a channel. The subscribers are nice, but the best part is when you have that core group of people that will be in the chat with you when you live stream. And those are the subscribers that we value the most. If I'd rather have a channel with 300 subs, but all of you guys than 20,000. I'm serious, because that's what matters. That's what matters. That's what makes the channel fun. So all of you guys are amazing.
I totally agree.
Except Mr. Thomas, because he's just a hater for no reason. Like, I don't know.
No. Come on, Mr. Thomas knows exactly what he's doing.
Getting under my skin. He knows how.
Let him be. Okay,
Donna, you cannot eat the best subscribers. Come on. Don't eat them. If you eat them, there won't be any left.
All right, I think we're good, man. Let me repop that thing. All right. So we ate the best subscribe. Oh my God. What's going on here? Dart Wonderleg Jen, what's up?
Wonderleg.
All right. Yeah, Wonderleg, because I told you, I think she mentioned it herself. So
I know. I like that.
Okay. Yeah. So I just want to pop this little message real quick before we go. All right. Just be sure that, we know what's up. All right. So number 5, I think now I'm going to be good with number 5. And there you go. I was about to leave. We hear that one pretty much in every video. I think they use it in 2 different moments. When they get arrested, of course, I was about to leave. So that's a classic. But they also mention it when they do the fraud it, when they say, look, I just take my picture. All I wanted to do is take my picture, and I would be gone by now if you didn't call the cops. So now I have to wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that I was about to leave, they use it on 2 levels here. So that's a good one.
One of the most notorious arrests of last year was when Lana got arrested, and that was Lana's whole argument. And I remember because it's you know how these frauditors are. They'll push and push and push and push and push. Well, if I don't leave, what will you do? What if I do this, or what if I do that, and blah blah blah, and then just going on and on and on and on. And then the moment cuffs come out, I was just about to leave. No, you weren't about to leave. you were rambling on for 5 minutes about how your rights were being violated, never trying to leave. So it's a nonsensical argument. It's repetitive. And you see right through it. Because again, if you were about to leave, you would have left.
No, exactly. That's not something you're gonna say. You would have been, you would be gone. So, and I don't like they, as I was saying, they always use it in a way that when they call the cops, they're like, "Oh, I would be gone by now if you didn't call the cops." Like,
Right.
yeah, come on, man. Yeah, of course.
There's an older video when Taco Terry was wreaking havoc in the city hall where he was trying to fight like the employee. He was banging on the door for over an hour, and that was his exact argument. He was like, "Oh, well, it's 4 o'clock. I would leave, but since you guys called the police told me to stand here and wait, so I can't leave until the police get here." And it's like,
so they cannot close the building, right? And
right?
that's,
So he's
Terrence, Taco Terry. Yeah.
Exactly. So again, like you said, like just leave.
Like the cops need you to wait right there at the bottom.
Oh,
of the
David
staircase.
David just foreshadowing gave a really good one that I don't think is on the list.
Sorry, I don't play my voice thing. You can solicit a trespass. It's not something I hear that much, to be honest. Not since a while. I was hearing it a lot 2 years ago. I don't think it's something they use as much now. I think it lost its grip over time. I think they know it's stupid, or it's not
They
even.
know it doesn't work. They know it's not valid.
No, it doesn't even. It's nothing. Even I don't remember. Anyway, even Jimmy, I made a video about him. He was in a gas station this week, and one of the cops mentioned something, and he whistled it behind his voice. I hope they're not going to solicit a trespass. That's the last time I heard it for a while, and it's very dumb because cops can go inside of a private place and say, "Do you really need that guy here?" That's not soliciting a trespass. I don't. Is the term you work in a legal? Is it a term that even means something?
No, I mean, okay. What is solicitation? Solicitation, in essence, is when a person is trying to influence or not coerce, but egg someone on to make a decision or on their behalf, in essence. And even like with the police, it's a nonsensical term. The court system I've never seen that ever in writing. And I'll even look it up. I doubt that that's even a thing. It's a term that the frauditor came up, soliciting a trespass, because it sounds.
Yeah, it sounds. Yeah, that's exactly. That's the kind of thing that it sounds almost legit. So people might, the security guard or whatever, they might be like, "Oh, is it like a real thing?" It almost sounds like a real thing. But when you think about it mean absolutely nothing. And it's a good one. So hey, we end up talking about it. So we're open to the comment here of the people. So just bring it, people. We will talk about it, at least if it's not on the top 5. But I was about to leave. I think it's a good one. We hear it in like 99% of the video, and it's very, very dumb. Let's jump to number 4. I'm gonna sue you. So
no, you said it wrong.
I'm gonna sue everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna sue everybody. And that's a good one. I think that is in every freaking clip, even if they always say that this is not why they do it.
And here's the thing. And excuse, I know I am a valid security guard, so I don't know anything about the law. The trolls want to say, screw you all. But I don't think frauditors understand how challenging it can be to even initiate a lawsuit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Especially, look, what people don't understand is when you file a civil suit, because it's civil suit, because they want money. It's not going to file anything criminal. Then nothing criminal ever happens. They're going to file a criminal suit. You have to file a complaint or a writ of summons. There's a filing fee with that. Once it's filed, then you have to have it served. You have to pay a process server and serve a document. Then if it goes to court, you have to go back and forth and litigate it. 9 times out of 10, part of the reason why these frauditors lose is when they actually get into litigation, they want to go pro se. They want to represent themselves, which is a disaster because they have no clue how the judicial proceedings actually work. And that's why they have to get an attorney. Once they get an attorney wants to get paid. Anything that has the word civil rights in front of it, the lawyer is either one of two things, either a legitimate civil rights attorney or an ambulance chaser, and both want to get paid. So you're going to have to drop so much money just to sue an agency for not letting you film, a police officer for arresting you. It's just completely nonsensical. And plus, especially now in this day and age, by how educated law enforcement are. I mean, they're not perfect, but law enforcement, government agencies are more and more aware of these frauditors. So they have defenses ready. You think a police officer's union rep or whoever protects them when they're accused of misconduct doesn't have points and arguments to defend the actions of the police officers? Because again, it's so overused. It's so overused.
Yeah.
So it's nonsensical because again, they don't even know procedurally how it even works and how much work is involved getting from point A to point B. If they knew, they wouldn't do it.
And one thing I think is frustrating is when I see them in going pro se and represent themselves. The judge is most of the time very patient at first, and they give them a lot of leeway, and
a lot.
It's very frustrating. Yeah. Sometimes, and they even specify at first, I cannot give you more chance than I would give to a lawyer, but then they give them so many chances, and I get it, I understand why they do it, but it's very frustrating at the same time. If you go pro se, you're supposed to know the game. You're supposed to know what you're getting into, and that's it. If you don't do the right thing, then you go against the court and everything. But yeah, I think the judges are very, very friendly. Most
while
of the
time. Judges will give you leeway, you are still under the same rules, regulations, and have the same expectations of conduct and a procedure than a normal attorney does. That's why some people go pro se thinking, oh, I can bend the rules, I can break the rules. Like Darrell Brooks is not common. That does not happen in court. Go to court, act like a fool, you'll get tossed. You'll get booted.
Yeah, exactly. But no, they can show up like with the flag as a cape and a bunch of stuff and whatever. And at the end, most of the time they're kind of okay. Anyway, I was checking in the comments. Some people, they bring some lies that we're going to talk, or at least that are connected to things we're going to talk a bit later. Like you work for me, I know that I don't know if it's a lies as much as a bad perception of what is a public servant is. But I think it might be a lie. The name and the badges, we talked about that when we did the 5 cliche
badge and name number.
Yeah, we totally did that. This is something Shibrit observe and report. This is something we're gonna talk a little bit later on the top 5. I have a good one here. You're gonna lose qualified immunity, which is also something we're gonna talk later. So but keep bringing the subjects in. I love it. So to finish, with number 4, I'm going to sue you. Of course, this is a lie. They know they're not going to sue. They know it costs money. They know it's difficult to find lawyers. As you say, it's a freaking job because you never ever see them showing up with a lawyer that you're like, yeah, okay, that person look decent. You know what I mean? It's always like a dude that with like a cheap suit, or if there's even a suit, it's always kind of those guys.
It's an intimidation tactic because that's a lot of what their game actually is. A bunch of blind threats. Oh, I'm going to sue you if you don't give me your way. Their assumption is that will intimidate agencies, clerks, whoever to bend over backwards for them because no person wants to be sued. No person, especially when they say, oh, I'm going to sue you and I'm going to take your whole pension and blah, blah. Wanda says that all the time. And it's like, no.
Oh, I love that one. I'm going to attach myself to your pension. That's such a misunderstanding of what it's. Anyway, I read the thing that why they say that and was like, this is crazy how they cherry pick. Sometimes it's insane.
Exactly.
Sorry?
I said exactly.
Yeah, okay. David Person said the whole public servant, you work for me, I pay your salary. I mean, we have to understand something here because technically, if you pay taxes, you pay your taxes, you pay the salary of the people working in the public, in the public. And technically, it's not like a lie. It's the way they interpret it. That's my problem, of course, because they think like because they pay taxes, which it's going to end up pay for the public servant, then they can just order or giving them order, barking order, like they like to say, and give them shit, which of course is not the point. I think this fall more in a misinterpretation of how life work than an actual lie. I don't know if you agree with me and what I'm saying right now.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah. That's why I didn't include the thing, the whole public servant I pay your salary thing. I think for me it's not as much as a lie as a overly exaggeration of what it is, like a public servant isn't a butler or a maid. That's what I mean. They just misinterpret the whole thing. Yes, if you pay taxes, you pay them, but it doesn't mean they're your freaking servant suddenly, obviously.
It goes back to being an intimidation tactic. It goes back to, oh, I'm going to try and belittle and minimize your roles and responsibilities to give myself a measure of authority over you that, quite frankly, does not exist. It's part of the reason why they'll go into a tax collector's office, I don't know, and say, oh, I want to FOIA police records. Oh, well, you're a public servant, so it's your job to get it to the agency. No, that's not how it works.
All right, so all right, good one. I'm gonna sue you. Good lie. Let's go with number 3. I don't even whoa, number 3. I will defend myself, which I think is a good one, because they never ever do, and they mention it in every freaking video I ever seen. So what's up with that? What's your take on this, Will?
So usually that's said, I find, when the police are about to detain an individual or even arrest them, and oh, I will defend myself. That's called resisting arrest, buddy.
Completely, yeah.
That's called obstruction. Yeah. That's called assault, battery.
Yeah.
Now, where I don't get this one at all. Where they get the idea that they can physically get into a confrontation with a police officer that's attempting to detain them upon reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime, that's nonsense. It's nonsense.
Yeah, it is nonsense. It's funny. I think as you were saying, it's about like taking control, trying to having a power play. But it's, for me, it's the weakest one. When you say you're gonna sue, then maybe you play on a certain level that the cops or whatever might be, worry about that, because frivolous lawsuits do exist. But when you hear them say, I will defend myself, then you fall in really the lowest form of trying to take control of this conversation. Right. And you can say, because the lowest you go in the IQ, the more you're going to hear that sentence. The one that says it the most is Glenn Serio. He says it.
Dude is breathing out of his lungs and saying he will defend himself.
Exactly. So it's the that's how it works. So if they're have a very low self-esteem and they're that type of people that are is Glenn Serio, then obviously you're gonna hear it more. You're gonna hear it more. You don't hear that so much from Sean Reyes. Rarely he's gonna use something like that. He did, but it's gonna be more rarely. Somebody that loves to use it is Taco Terry, always ready to defend himself. And it's funny, and I would just love at one point to see it happen.
Well, another example, I think of Asamo, because he's one of those guys who's like, I will defend myself if you come close to me.
Oh my god!
So especially when they get into a confrontation with someone in the public, when they're sticking their camera in someone's face and someone wants to retaliate, oh, I will defend myself. And these are like the least intimidating people. Like. There's that one video where Jimmy is in the office and he's threatening to get in an altercation with the police officer, and the officer just literally carries him out and tosses him like a lightweight. And it's like the least intimidating people on the planet. I will defend myself if you come close to me and my camera. I will defend myself. No, DMA is another one. I will defend myself, but what is DMA gonna do?
Yeah.
What is DMA gonna do?
Yeah, so all the one you just named are very like small little dude that bark a lot. So I guess it goes with what I was saying about self-esteem. They need to say those things like to appear big, but they would never ever imagine DMA. Like you would, oh my god, they would wipe the freaking sidewalk with him in the old freaking city. Asalmo, oh my god, that woman could have kicked his ass so easily. So it's funny to see those little 4'2" guys yelling that I will defend myself. It's even sadder. Lana loved to say, good comment here. Lana loved to say, I'll defend myself. Remember when the officer had him the hair, and yeah, and they didn't do anything. Russell also is gonna mention it, but he's the first one to run outside as soon as something happened. So yeah, it's for I would say that lie is more for frauditors with self-esteem issue that try to appear maybe more tough or big than they are, and like need something to stir some shit up, I guess. But I think it's a lie because I never, and I would love, oh my god, I would love to see Glenn Serio try to defend himself and like literally try to give a kick to. Man, I would pay. I don't know how much I would pay, but it would be a FT amount. Like I'm telling you, I'm ready to invest on this.
That's why
I'm gonna skip like one trip this year. I'm gonna put my money
all into getting the Glenn Serio.
Oh my god! I would love to see it.
So there's a satisfying video where he gets pepper sprayed. At a
yeah,
protest where he's
that was the George Floyd thing and everything, and that was another world. What I want to see is I want to see him try to sweep the leg because he tried to defend himself during one of his, tantrum moment with cops at night. That's what I want to see. I want to see him try to swing that leg, so we can have like the body cam of the cop, and I can have a video of Glenn Serio trying to actually sweep a freaking leg and a freaking leg, and I need to see that. You know what I mean? Like I got you.
Well, that's part of why we enjoy seeing these videos where frauditors get wrecked. I personally, I know that some people, we don't condone violence. I do.
Yeah. So not for everybody, of course.
Because there's the one video I posted. It was in the compilation video we did where the guy's in Canada, and he like shoved one of the security guards, and the two security guards started beating him up. Yeah. And it's like good. Like he's one of the same guys. I will defend myself. Like he wasn't defending himself. He was on the ground crying. What happened to I will defend myself. You're a big tough guy. There's also that one video Flat Derp did about what's his name? Good Citizen News or Good Citizen Audits. Because he was filming at a pier, filming like women in bikinis pretty much getting on and off boats pretty much and saying, I'm here filming the boats. I mean, he's done that with minors. He's disgusting, but he got the snot beat out of him. He was saying the same thing. I'll defend myself. You guys get in my face. Then 3 guys beat the snot out of him.
Yeah, I'm not a guy that look at that watch a lot of violent video to begin with, and no. But sometimes when it's deserved, when it's a karma thing, then I kind of like it. And frauditors, of course, they're all about karma. Like if Glenn Serio get, like on his ass, I mean, he kind of deserve it. I'm not gonna tear up. Or when I saw Lana like fighting with that old dude that they like bother for hours, and the guy got tired and he took his camera and everything. And like, I love that clip. Like, I'm sorry, but I just love that clip. I mean, it's so funny. And she tried to see she tried to make it so much worse, and Russell was yelling on the other side, dude, oh my god, dude. And anyway, like that's all right.
but it's satisfying to see, especially when they want to talk a big tough game, and we know there's nothing behind it. We know that there's no validity and no legitimacy to their claim or their threats. So
none of
them. It's satisfying to see when, I'll defend myself. All right, let's go. Oh wait, I didn't mean right now.
Yeah, and that's another thing. How many of them actually canceled a fight that the other side were ready to go with? Like Chili canceled a fight, Glenn canceled a fight. So even like people, they call them on their BS and they just canceled it. You could have gone Glenn in a freaking, you say a UFC arena all the time. I don't know what that means, but a UFC arena, and actually try to sweep the leg of the guy. He was ready to go, and you refuse. So yeah. Anyway. Chili also because what was it? Because he had a bad knee or something like that. Come on, man. Like, is there a guy that's always like call it? He's so ready to fight. It's chilly, he's ready to fight everybody.
Everyone.
One guy tell him, yeah, I'm ready to fight with you. It's like, oh, I have a bad news.
Oh yeah, about that.
Oh man, shut up. Anyway, all right. Let's just check the comment real quick. I don't know if you have something on your side that deserve.
Well, mainly everyone making fun of the fact that if Glenn Cyril tried to sleep his leg, he'd probably have a stroke. So
pretty much, yeah. And I think people agree that we're ready to pay. So maybe what I can do is Glenn is very, very desperate. I can send him an email saying, "Look, man, we're gonna bail you out. I'm gonna start a GoFundMe where I know some people they're ready to give some money. Go sweep a freaking leg, man. Go defend yourself. Next time, do it, and we're gonna bail you out." And maybe he's gonna do it, and we're gonna make like a lot of money with that video. So it's gonna be an investment. I'm ready to lead the whole process. I'm gonna take care of everything, and maybe he would go for that. Glenn is a surprising guy. Maybe he would go for that, and we would have finally.
He's actually sitting on $2,000. I don't know if you're aware, but there's Tella Klein. She's the channel that really covers him the most. One of her friends that goes with her to court, she made a wager to Glenn. And she's at all the court proceedings. She said, "Glenn, I'll give you $2,000 if you let us make a video of you and I fighting." And this lady, I don't know what she looks like, but I've talked to her. Middle-aged, older lady, probably in her early 60s, early mid 60s. And she says, "I will give you $2,000 if you do a video of trying to sweep my leg." And Glenn refuses, and I'm like, "You can't even sweep the leg of an old lady."
No, you can. By the way, the Bookie Worm, I don't know if
Bookie Worm, you're not fun.
We're joking. We're just joking around here. We're not. I'm not gonna pay that much to just. Actually, we're just
Bookie
joking
Worm's
around.
That aunt that it's like she's that aunt that like the kids are like having fun doing something devious.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Don't do that. That's not nice."
Yeah. No, trust me. Like I have a to-do list of more important stuff to do than actually start a process with actually Glenn Cyril so we can sweep a leg. I'm good. Don't worry. But the idea is still funny, and that's why I mentioned.
Here's the thing: the way Glenn runs his mouth. I mean, there's some frauditors. You just know that eventually their mouth is going to just get.
Which one? That's a good question I want to bring before we go to the last two big lies. If you have to, like, we're just having fun. If you had to identify one frauditor that you would think would go above and beyond what we've seen so far, like to actually maybe, physically fight a cop, maybe even further than that. If you have to say one that you think is, he might go there.
Well, my pick's already taken, Juan the Mice, but he already started a fight with the cops.
So for you, Juan the Mice might be the closest of every frauditors we know.
No, for public safety. I can see for public safety legitimately getting in a fight. Oh, wait. Can we even talk about him? He's gone. So he's not,
I wanted, look, you just mentioned it, and I was about to jump on the question. So yeah, let's talk about this real quick. What happened with that? You made a video about it. What happened with that?
I'm the only video that I made was just showing that his channel was actually down.
Okay.
Other channels have covered it more. I know because Tiffany already starts yelling at me on one of her community posts when I said, "Hey, when's the live stream explaining what happened?" So I guess TOS violations. I mean, he had a lot of them. I mean, YouTube will let you get away with so much, but then like when you get mass reported, like he was, like he's done a lot of nonsensical stuff. Yeah. I can't tell you the specifics. Again, I don't follow him like that. I know there are channels that are still covering it, but the two new channels, Bookie Worms, one is an old channel that has 170 subscribers. The other one, which was funny, Tiffany put on her community post, "Hey guys, look at this channel that I found. They're premiering a video today." And we're just like, lady, this is Chris. It's obvious this is Chris's second channel. Don't lie. "Oh, guys, I found this channel and I love their content. Come watch their premiere tonight."
Oh my God.
But yeah, it is what it is. Yep, it's gone. It's gone for good.
Yeah, and I think it's a good choice. I think that Chris might be the kind of guy that would actually lose it and goes, as far as I can imagine, honestly. I would say maybe less now, but I would have said Chile for a while. The guy clearly like his own like speed. He's all over the place. And at one point I was like, that might be the kind of guy that's going to end up doing this kind of thing where he's doesn't want to get out of the car and they realize that he's packing some heat. And then, you end up in a situation where it goes too far. You know what I mean? Right. In my mind, I was like, Chile would be the kind of guy I would see him do that. Actually,
I agree with that because he has no limits and he has no impulse control.
Nah, absolutely.
So I agree with that. Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah, you take him on a good night, like something bad happened to him that day, something like that. I wouldn't. I would be scared of Chile. Yeah.
If you want, actually, if you just bear with me 1 second, because actually I can pull something up real quick. Did you see the premiere I did about an hour ago?
No, I was working on the.
That's fine. If you don't mind, do you want us just like while we're talking about that, like real quick, sovereign citizen trying to fight the police?
Okay.
Here, give me 1 second. I'll pull it up. I have it right here.
All right.
And this is an example of someone that he's a sovereign citizen, random sovereign citizen. But I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to. Yeah, it's back. It's backstage. You can just bring it up.
Yeah, I was just checking the comments of David. Glenn does not realize that 2 states have mutual combat clause. Washington, Texas, both require police officer of competent authority to be present to keep things safe. Oh, that's cute. That's fun. So a cop show up to watch you fight? That's cool.
So that's my first. I enlighten us, Dave. I'm actually curious. I'm thinking like when you said I'm like
you pay for him,
a referee, and umpire.
Yeah, is that a referee? Like the cop is on the UFC arena with you, and he's ready to check if you tap or something. It's kind of fun. Yeah, like just for that, I'm ready to do a mutual combat just to see the cop or the person of competent authority to referee that thing. It's gonna be fun. That thing here you're talking about, right?
Yeah. So this is someone that lacks impulse control, and this is someone that, again, don't understand that if you're given a lawful order. You talk about Chile, like Chile, police say get out of the car and he doesn't. Well, Chile would do something like this.
We intend on doing what we need to do to effect an arrest.
Fancy clear to go on the other side.
We're clear. Right now.
Don't reach for anything.
That's good. All right. You want to take your seatbelt off for us?
I conditionally accept being arrested upon presentation of bona fide claim. You are all going to be liable.
Come on, just step out. Just come on.
You just hit me in my dick?
You're resisting.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, so I'll admit I'm not the brightest bulb or the smartest person in the world, but I don't think it's wise to try and resist when you're literally surrounded by 6 officers who are simply attempting to detain you. I mean, now you're just adding more charges to a very simple traffic infraction. As you'll see shortly.
So it goes on from there, but that's just an example. Like, yeah.
There, I always say, if you're gonna get arrested, honestly, that if they're about like to cuff you and everything, shut up and go with it. If it's if they wrongly arrest you and it's an unlawful arrest, you get unlawfully arrested, then you can freaking sue them. It's okay. But if you resist, the judge is going to be you resist. And even if you get arrested unlawfully, they still going to consider that you resist the arrestation. So you just screw yourself no matter what. Just take it, shut up, take it, follow the thing. If it's wrong, you're going to have all the chance in the world to take it back, honestly.
And here's the thing. They're talking about lawsuits. They're talking about litigation. Whoa! Oh, that's not mine. Sorry. they talk
Yeah,
about.
no, I was like, whoa, buddy. It's okay. You can do it though. I would like to.
No. I only do it on my side. Go ahead.
Come on, just do it for me.
But I'll just say this: if they're so about like lawsuits and all that, would they? If they really like, if the arrest truly was unlawful, then you absolutely have rights to sue, and you possibly would win because there are a lot of cases where there's gross misconduct by the police on film.
Yeah,
and they win their lawsuits. They get their go away money.
They do. It's probably the easiest way to get some actually. And so right from the moment that they're going for it, they want to arrest you and everything, man, shut up. Just take it. Just don't say one more words. Take the freaking cuff, get in the car. Anyway, you're gonna get your own life a lot. Like having four or five of those guys surrounding you, they're not gonna give up if you resist. They're not gonna be at one point, guys, he's resisting really, really strongly. We should stop. They're just gonna keep going, and they're just gonna put more pressure in. Yeah, and they're gonna freaking hurt you at one point, like, and you're not gonna get anything of as a reparation because you were resisting arrest, which is one of the worst thing you can do, especially for a judge. They hate that in general. They really don't like when you resist like stuff like that, especially when the guy you just show like. You have no chance. No matter if you want to sue the cops or whatever, he has no chance. He was clearly resisting. Like, yeah. No, I think it's really stupid. Anyway. So let's jump to we did number 3. I will defend myself. So we were talking about all that. When the guy was defending himself, at least for once, I think that sovereign citizens are more, have a tendency to defend themselves or at least resist arrestation more than frauditors. I don't know if you noticed that.
No, and that was just like a I can see Chile doing this, but I agree. Like, I mean, that's why it's like Wanda Mai. That's why I said what. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I need. I know. I'm very shocked. What I have to say.
That's not true.
Talk about that. But anyway, I need.
He's not even contributing to the conversation. He's just making up these random lies and putting them in the chat about me.
But is it a lie? We're talking about lying right now. I don't know. I don't want to believe one or the other. We're just gonna have to have a quick talk offline, you and me, about some of your habits. Just want to be sure I'm not like partnering with weird people. All right. Hey, thank you, Mr. Thomas, for another zinger, home run, whatever the word you want to use. Let's go to the biggest slide, number 2. I don't even remember which one it is. Oh my god. That's a big one. That's the one that just give me aneurysm every day, and I keep surviving them. I don't know what happened. Every time I hear them saying I'm a journalist.
We don't see it.
Look, when a frauditors, let's just go like that. A frauditor that says he's a journalist.
No, we can't see it. You got to put it up.
Is you can see it? Wait a second. Wait. There we go, man. Sorry.
Yeah. There
a guy that says like he's a journalist. It's the equivalent of a dude that boil a hot dog and call himself a chef. It's the equivalent of
that's a good one. No, that's a great one. That's a great.
It's the equivalent of throwing the football in the street and call myself a professional quarterback. It's. You can say it. You have the right to say it. You can say you're a professional quarterback if you throw the football with your, little brother in the backyard. But it doesn't make it true. And that's where they seem to have some kind of disconnection with them when they say I'm a journalist. They don't understand that they are not a journalist, and I don't understand this. It's very, very, very frustrating to me. And as I say, as the first time, it's like a guy that boiled a hot dog and called himself a chef. How do you deal with that? How do you negotiate with that person? So that person understand that, look, buddy, maybe your boiled hot dog was like really, really well boiled, man. But you're not a chef. I'm mind blown. I'm just mind blown with that one. I hate it.
So
go for it. Jump in, man.
That statement does one or two things. Either it minimizes the credibility of a legitimate journalist, someone that actually works in media, someone that actually has been trained on how to actually record, report, and document a story. And then it deputizes random hillbilly Joe Blows on the internet that say, hey, I have a cell phone. Let me go out and film clerks at random offices and yell at them. It's nonsensical. And in theory, it minimizes the credibility of actual journalists. Like, do you think a journalist wants to see JC News now and say, I'm a press, I'm a journalist, and all the years of experience, all the years of training, all the years of learning how to perfect their storytelling, and some idiot hillbilly named Jimmy saying that he's more of a journalist than they are?
I know. Look, I told you before, I work in media. I work with many journalists. And when I say journalists, I'm not talking like the people who do a little topic about a lost dog at the 5 p.m. local news. Right. That's not what I'm talking about. You know, I'm talking about real, actual investigation journalists that spend years working on story. And when I say working on a story, it's working on a story. Deep freaking research, interview with everybody they can find that's remotely connected to the topic. It's a job, man. It's a freaking job. And the people that does that, they deserve, like, they're the one who bring, they're the only one who brings some truth to the world sometime, you know? They're the only one that's gonna call that's gonna tell you what's up. And war journalism, like the guy that goes on the field and everything. It's those people, like, this is a job, man. That's a profession. This is something. That's something you have to learn. You have to practice. And if you don't learn it at school, you at least have to learn it by experience, real experience. And it's been stated by the the court in Washington. Sorry, like, I'm getting tired, but the Washington Supreme Court statuted that running a YouTube channel is not being a journalist.
Exactly.
So it's been said, it's been mentioned, you are not a journalist, and the freedom of press doesn't make you a journalist. Freedom of press, we talk about it, that's not what it means. It doesn't just mean that you can show up anywhere from no one and film anything because you would declare yourself a journalist. This is not how it works. So not only they use something that when they do it, I think they really disrespect what it is. For real. It's very frustrating.
It's an absolute disrespect because it's a craft.
100%.
It's a craft. You know, it's like saying, oh, Gordon Ramsay is all right. You know, he's not that good of a cook. When again, all you make are beans and hot dogs.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, you watch Gordon Ramsay doing his thing while you're eating a bunch of chip like that, standing on your stomach in front of the couch, and you're like, right. Guy doesn't know what he's talking about. It's like, oh my god, it's so frustrating.
It's like sport. It's like sports, and we all do it. You know, you and I, we're both. I don't know what kind, if you're into sports or not, but like, I know I'm a couch crasher.
I can throw a football. I can throw a ball. You know,
exactly. Like watching,
yeah.
Like my Eagles that are going to the Super Bowl, by the way.
I don't think so, buddy. Don't think so. Nah, I don't see it.
I sit in front of the TV and I look at the players. Well, I'm like, I could have caught that. Or I couldn't go farther than that. And I'm thinking to myself, I know I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't. You know?
I surprised myself last weekend, like watching Lamar Jackson doing something, and I was like, well, I would have not done this. You know, yeah, shut up, man. You're not, shut up. You're not even close of being Lamar Jackson. You know, yeah, shut the F up, buddy. I surprised myself, insulting myself after I had the thought of, being better than him for a second. Yeah, we all do it. I do understand that. But the thing with the journalist, it's a profession. It's not something you can just say you are. You cannot just say you're a chef. You cannot just say you are a teacher. You cannot just say you're a journalist. You need to get the experience or the learning of what it is, and you have to follow the rules. Journalism come with rules. You cannot put yourself in the story. You cannot like blah, 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 blah. And all those things are what it is. It's what journalism is. You cannot just say suddenly I'm going to play hockey, but I'm going to use a basketball instead of a puck. It's like, okay, but it's not hockey anymore. You know what I mean? Like you have to respect what it is at the core of it.
That's what it is, exactly.
And showing up. Go for it. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And showing up somewhere with a camera, it's not journalism. Insulting a security guard in the DMV is not journalism. That's just it. That's a fact. You cannot argue with this. So this is very frustrating for me.
But it goes back to, again, where in the Constitution does it say anything about journalism?
Yeah.
And that's my whole
thing. Keep that one for
save that. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Save that one because we're gonna jump at the number one lie, and I think we're getting there with what you're saying right now. Let's just close the door on journalism first.
Mm-hmm.
As I say, I think we all agree.
I will say this without going into that. I will just say this. You know, they're talking. They're discrediting something that isn't even in the Constitution, and that's the biggest. And that's why it's the biggest insult to actual journalists. I'll just say that.
Yeah. Just real quick, another exposure.
Why do you keep putting this guy's comments up?
The one. Did you know every time he eats a steak, he moves like a cow? I can see that one. I have to say the finger for the chicken. I don't really see it. We're gonna have to talk about it. But that one I see it.
We're gonna have to talk about it. We have to investigate
that. Oh my God. Hey everyone. Hey Will from South Africa. Please help South Africa.
Chris.
Okay. Yeah. So how do you help South Africa, Will?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Well, send them their best wish. Send them your best wishes, and hopefully it's gonna do a butterfly effect. Let's jump in number one because I think we're gonna have a lot to say about this one. The biggest lie from frauditors so far were like sentences. I'm a journalist. I'm gonna sue you. And the first one, there's not really a sentence attached to it. It's not like a lie. Per se, right? If you agree with me, it's more like a concept, and I'm gonna let you jump in it because you were jumping in it 2 minutes ago with the journalism thing, and it's any mention of any amendment of the Constitution.
How can they get the amendment that propels their whole movement wrong in the first place? Oh my goodness! Look, on my videos, I talk a lot about how I'm sick and tired of them quoting the 4th Amendment and getting it wrong. The 6th Amendment, getting it wrong. The 14th Amendment, getting it wrong. The 10th Amendment. Let's just go with the basics.
The 5th one too, by the way.
The video, I did a video 2 days ago where guys like, well, it is my 5th Amendment right to silence, so I don't have to answer your questions. Then he doesn't shut up. But that's
the one way they don't understand it, but also they mention it even before getting arrested or anything. Sometimes, like the guy, the cops ask for his ID, and they're like, 5th Amendment. That's not how it works, man. You cannot just say it like that.
Let's just start with something very simple. The First Amendment. The First Amendment. The First Amendment orders. Let's get the first one right. And. It's my thing is, we were just talking about press, about journalism.
Yeah.
Free press does not mean that a person has an unfettered right to take a cell phone, stick it in people's faces, and bully and harass them.
Yeah.
Free speech is not unfettered because you cannot scream fired in a movie theater.
No.
It's my camera, First Amendment protected activity. When the Constitution was written, there were no cameras. When it says free press, it's referring to the fact that the government cannot oppress an individual for speaking against them. Whether speaking against them, speaking against a specific political member in power, whatever the case might be. That's the protection of the First Amendment. But then they say free press, free press, free press. Okay, because journalism and press are associated. Okay. But again, no journalists, and you tell me if I'm wrong because you're in media, no journalist can go where they want, when they want, how they want to.
They always have someone to give phone call all the time before. It's you cannot just show up like that.
Like these, like the ones that the one video Dummy Kruger did last year. Frauditor goes to a park after closing hours and he keeps saying, "Oh, I can't film. It's my constitutional right to film." And they're like, "Okay, but the park's closed. All because you have a right to film doesn't mean you have a right to be." No, I have a right. It's my right. It's my First Amendment right. Come on.
No. And people would be surprised that actual journalists sometimes have to have those conversations about where they can film. Journalists, when they want to film around a courthouse, they're gonna have to, they push the boundaries. Even like the real journalists, they want to be able to film the right footage, the good footage. So they're gonna push boundaries, and they end up having conversation with security people. They're like, "No, you this is where you can go. You can go there, you cannot go there." And then the journalist called a freaking lawyer that we have at the office, and they check. What can I do? What can I push? And the lawyer's like, this is your limit. This is what it is for real. The lawyer's gonna tell him, and then that's how they settle it. So what they do, the frauditors, it's like any media will do it. It's normal. The thing is, like, the media will follow the rules at the end because those rules exist for a reason, and that's where the difference is. So those guys, they push the boundaries, the frauditors, but they just like keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing because they just want a reaction. When a media is gonna at one point stop and understand that that's where it stopped. That's where this is the limit. You cannot go further. And if you want to go further, then, you have to ask some kind of permission or something. So that's what it is to live in a society. And every freaking media have to follow that. And so why Jimmy Hag doesn't have to follow what a huge freaking press agency has to follow, I don't know.
I don't know. Look, maybe it's just charm and good looks. I don't know.
Yeah. And also, why they never, ever, have you ever seen frauditors talk about the 10th Amendment, like, at all? Like, just acknowledge it exists, not even debate about it, just acknowledge it's there. So far, it didn't happen for me
because and the reason is, and I don't want to say fight, but I get in debates with people about this all the time. And that is, if the First Amendment is so absolute, why is there no legitimacy to the 10th Amendment saying that those states can regulate the conduct that takes place on certain property? People's arguments are, well, the Constitution and the amendments were put in a specific order so that priority is given from first to last, which is unequivocally false.
Yeah, that's not true at all.
But they also argue that the 10th Amendment was written later, so therefore the First Amendment has priority over that, which again is false. And my argument is, if the First Amendment is so absolute, why is the 10th Amendment that so absolute? Or vice versa. And people say, "Oh, you're a you bootlicker. The 10th Amendment isn't legit." So then why is the First Amendment legit then?
Yeah, exactly. It's in the Bill of Rights, right? That is the first. The Bill of Rights is the 10. Wait, am I gonna? How many amendment of the Constitution total?
30
something, right?
I want to say 29, 28 or 29.
But the Bill of Rights is like the 10 most important or something like that. What is it?
Yeah, 27. Most recent amendment was ratified. Yeah, that 27. I was saying 27 or 28.
28, right? I'm pretty sure they cannot. Sometimes you see a Selmo always asking, "What's the third one? What's the third one?" I'm pretty sure none of them can, name the 28. Pretty sure. I pretty like they stop at 1 and 4, and then that's it. On 28, you know what I mean? They always say there's no right to privacy, but it's not entirely true. There's mention of it in, I think it's 1, 4, 5, 9, and another 1, 14 or whatever. They cherry pick a lot just by taking the first one and being like, "That's it. That's the end of it. That's all we have to follow." That those 5 line with the 5 thing. That's it. That's all. There's nothing else. When you have like 27 that's following with so much more stuff, and they're all supposed to be legit, right? So I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so every time they mention anything about the First Amendment, most of the time they're wrong. The fourth one, it's funny. It's comical at this point. how they don't even like mention it at the right moment. The fifth one is pretty funny too. Chili, it's always come, always say, as soon they start to talk to you, play the fifth.
But then he won't shut up.
One, he won't shut up, and two, they have the right to ask you for your ID and play in certain situation. We agree, like if you're in a situation where they have the right to ask for the ID, then the fact that you play the fifth doesn't change anything. You still have to show your freaking ID. Just shut up and show the ID. You know what I mean? But they keep this argumenting.
People use that phrase all the time. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. The purpose of the Fifth Amendment is to protect someone from criminal prosecution during trial.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean that if an officer, or forget about that, even if they're in a post office, what's your name, sir? Fifth Amendment says I don't have to answer that question. That's not how it works. That's not the purpose. That's not the nature. That's not, forget about that. That's not the spirit of the amendment or any of their interpretations of the Constitution. It's not the spirit of it. And that's a problem, that they twist and abuse it. Like, that's a problem.
And also, they also mentioned, well, you don't love the Constitution, but then you have to love all the amendments. So they should really just say why you don't love the First Amendment, because this is the only thing that they really, really use, if you think about it. They never use any of the other, basically. The fourth, sometime, but honestly, they don't really care about the Constitution. They don't even like go to 10th. So, like why they always like so in love with a document they don't even know nothing about and they don't even use well. They just,
right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, just say you're in love with the First Amendment, and then for you, nothing is more important than the First Amendment and blah, blah, blah. Then you give some kind of relevance to what you do. But no, they always like, defend the Constitution, fight for the Constitution. Why you don't love the Constitution, you bootlicker? Well, maybe I love it more than you think because, we went through it. We actually read the thing. We're aware that there's other amendment. You know what I mean? There's just like... But anyway, I think it's funny because I every time they mention, at first, I have to say, I didn't know nothing about it. And they were mentioning their thing going, oh, the First Amendment, this, and the Fourth, this, and the Fourth. And I was like, okay, I really have to check.
Right.
Is there some truth? I really have to check because at one point, and I start to read and everything. I start to watch video from, your, the one you cannot keep your pant when you heard about him, the Tough Auditing channel, Dummy Kruger. Video from like people like him, and I was like, oh, okay, like this is all a bunch of freaking mumbo jumbo. They just cherry pick 2 or 3 things, and they're like, that's it.
Well,
we're gonna sit on those things, and that's gonna be it. And
we discussed. Stop putting this idiot's comments up, please.
I mean, I put the comments of everybody, man. Like I'm all about like freedom of speech, brother. Okay. Mr. Thomas, you want to have his freedom of speech on my channel, is going to get it, man. Come on. Exposure, final. Well, he doesn't like to wear. I don't believe that. I think you're really clean. I feel you're a clean person.
I'll be back next week with more facts. Right.
With more facts, yeah. I love this.
I'll just say this with what you were saying.
Yeah.
They cherry pick statements, they cherry pick words. Like think about with Poster 7. We talked about it in a stream a couple of weeks ago. They literally use one sentence and they break that sentence up and cherry pick specific terms.
They don't even get the sentence right. Like they don't. They
so again, cherry picking law. It's
Yeah. No. Look. So I think
David Persons. I want to know how Mr. Thomas knows that one. Good question.
Yeah, I have to say, I was wondering about that. I'm not gonna say like he lie about everything. Something I might have to check myself, but I was wondering where at least those information come from. Is it like real journalism, or it just like like a piece when you just want like to shit on someone? How do you call that? In the media, how do you call that? Something piece, you know what I'm talking about? No, yeah. Anyway, it has a name. It's something. When they want like everybody start to hate someone for no reason, and everybody hate that movie person for and at one point, and then you have those it piece. That's what I was looking for. It piece. It piece is what like you're gonna hear someone like there was this big trial not like long ago with that comedian, that actor. Johnny Depp and his
Amber Heard.
Amber Heard, they were like he was also following some magazine because of it piece. That means that the magazine talk about the fact that she was being beaten by him without even having any kind of proof or anything.
Gotcha.
Then Johnny Depp can sue the magazine, which he did, and he won't, because it's called what you call in the media a it piece. So you just want to destroy the credibility of the person. Yeah. So hey, there you go. You have that the top 5 biggest lies from frauditors. This is what we come up with. There's many others, of course, but I mean, this is pretty much what, in every video, I would say, most of them. What else you would say? You have another one that came up in your mind since we're talking, Will?
I think everyone addressed them. I think that's a pretty complete list, honestly.
Yeah, right. It's not that bad, right?
Yeah, and I think these are pretty good. I mean, there's a couple of additional
here and there
that were mentioned, but I think we did pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, I like it. So there you go. What time is it? It's already past 7. I think I'm gonna say good night. In a couple of
we
minutes.
got to our hour.
I was not, honestly, I'm gonna say that I never check the time, so I just go with it. But at one point when I start to check the time, I'm like, oh shit, it's already been an hour, and then I feel so proud, and I'm like, good, I can just go now, So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, this is great. A bingo.
I'm not trying to fill an hour, but it happened all the time. We should start a bingo. That's good.
Absolutely,
like
a bingo, totally.
Yeah. And with those frauditor card and everything, I'm gonna check for that because it takes some time to put in place. But totally gonna check for that. Good idea. So Will, we're gonna be back next Friday with something else, I guess. Another
next Friday.
Genius idea next Friday at 6. I'm gonna wish you a good week. I'm gonna wish you a good week to everybody here. And all right.
Yeah. Everybody have a good night.
All right. Bye, people.
Bye-bye.